What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard anyone say with absolute confidence? Obama was racist and Trump fixed the nation. The earth is flat. God exists. Donald Trump is the greatest president we've ever had. Sloths can swim faster than sharks. COVID-19 is not real. The media and the government just say it exists to oppress the people. Someone in my class once asked me to send notes via Bluetooth. We lived really far away. Was sitting in the hot tub at the gym and overheard some person saying that our world used to be like similar to Star Wars, in a technological way. He was saying that other galaxies and stars banned us from traveling outside of our solar system until we have made world peace with ourselves. I don't remember exactly what he was saying since this was around a year ago, but according to him we have the technology to travel the universe but will have extreme consequences if we don't have peace within Earth first. I swear strangers' hot tub conversations are some of the strangest things ever. The reason the sky is blue is that it reflects the sea. Chile is in Peru. Water is wet. The food is fresh frozen from a can. Staying at my cousin's for a sleepover, 3 to 4-year-old brother of my cousin gets onto the top bed and says I can fly like Superman. The jumps from the top twin bed and smacks his face on the ground, then starts crying. Nobody did anything to stop it either. It's like we were just too shocked by his claim and were curious to see if he could actually fly. We were like 7 years old, my cousin, a friend of his, and I. Long story short, he couldn't fly. I heard Thanksgiving is going to be on a weekend this year. In primary I had a friend. He watched SMG4 a lot and thought that raped meant kill. To a person who was bullying him, he shouted, "I am gonna rape you," and well, it stuck to everyone for around 4 days. For me, I was the one who broke it to him what rape actually means. Any statement that blames Mars in retrograde. The lifespan of a chicken from being laid in egg form to being killed is 6 weeks. Once an entire 8th grade English class and teacher tried to convince me helium was flammable. Baking soda's a toxic chemical. It's made with ammonia. I do. Bill Gates created COVID-19. My cousin told her son he had to eat his healthy food, a hot dog and French fries, before he could have a treat, a banana and some cherry tomatoes. I'm not even close to being a health nut myself, and I was just stunned by how dumb that was. Mexico is going to pay for it. Get out of the pool, it's raining. My ex-husband asked me when my twin brother's birthday was. This paper is made of birch trees, yes. History class. Teacher, which French leader was instrumental in the French Revolution? Can't remember the exact question, but the key word is French leader. A. Aaron Burr, B. Thomas Jefferson, C. Napoleon Bonaparte. Student, Aaron Burr. This is so stupid, but a few years ago my friends and I were on our way to see Harry Styles in concert and we were talking about how old he was. I think he was like 23 at the time and my friend kept saying he was 22, so I googled it and sure enough he was 23 and I showed it to her and she went, "Well, in my opinion I think he's 22, and my other friend and I just looked at her like, age isn't an opinion, homegirl." Some guy said 2 things that made my brain reboot when I heard them. I worked at electronics store, circa 2015. This guy was trying to use iCloud backup on his phone, but obviously Wi-Fi is required in order for this to work. I told him that. He was furious that he couldn't use it because for some reason he didn't have Wi-Fi at home and couldn't believe that Apple designed it so that no one could use it. He said that. Obviously having zero idea how data or anything work. Anyway, I said, "Huh? Most people have Wi-Fi at home." He looked straight at me and said, "No, most people do not have Wi-Fi at home." Just when you think you've heard the dumbest shit imaginable, the general public will always blow your head apart with something stupider. This is just scratching the surface of dumb shit retail customers have said with full confidence. I just don't feel like flaring up my retail PTSD by digging deeper right now. Turns on the news / the customer is always right. Wouldn't it be crazy if Halloween landed on Friday the 13th? Man United won the World Cup. Not the Club World Cup. The World Cup. Joe Biden didn't steal the election. A customer told me that Obama created COVID in his basement. Literally anything that comes out of a MAGA's mouth about Trump, COVID or masks. When I was a teenager, my friend had a weird rash around his mouth that showed up like a day or two after he had thrown up. He claimed that it was from the amino acids in his stomach burning his mouth when he threw up. He finally went to the doctor and was told it was impetigo. Back when we all used hard lines, I went camping with a couple that brought their cordless phone from home. I once heard myself confidently answer Japan to a Trivial Pursuit question that asked for the name of a city. That Japan was physically a part of China. The Great Wall of China was made to stop Mexicans from invading Spain. Wasps are male bees, you idiot. Looking into the ocean on the coast of Cape Cod, Massachusetts, my friend says, isn't it crazy you can see England on a clear day? It was Boston. My brother and his friend, both 18, got into a heated argument because his friend was completely convinced the brown recluse spider was pronounced brown reclusey, recluse. To my knowledge he still is calling it that to this day. I won this election, by a lot. Probably not uncommon, but a co-worker deadass looked me in the eye and said I'm not racist, but then proceeded to say something incredibly racist toward Asians regarding the coronavirus. I once got into the huge debate with this girl about abortions and she whipped out a gem of a line: thousands of women die every hour because of pregnancies. I'm not one to judge, but we'd be worse than Afghanistan if that was the case, even though the mortality rate for women is very low at 13 deaths per 100,000 live births. We don't talk anymore. Pushing my manual wheelchair down State Street in Madison, a shroomed out UW dropout screamed at me I should be using hydrogen because it's better for the environment. One guy seriously thought that spiders are born from dust. That's how he explained why spiders live in a human dwelling. Going on a road trip to the neighboring country with mates, one of them upon crossing the border, Austria is still in Germany, adding upon seeing our faces, right? You believe in evolution, but hate bananas. How does that make sense? Woman face palming, woman face palming, woman face palming. When after telling some people that I have boy/girl twins, too often the next thing I hear is, are they identical? I always knew there were a lot of dumb people in the world. Now I know there is a truly alarming amount of dumb people in the world. One time my cousins and I were playing Taboo, and when I was giving clues to my cousin about the word slip, I asked him what happens when you walk on ice. He literally takes a second and says you melt. Please wear a mask in the store, it's mandatory during the pandemic. Don't worry, I am immune to COVID.